Alright guys, so here we have a video that came out of Cali, Colombia. I want to give a big shout out to our boy Sean for sending this in to us. Thank you, brother, appreciate it. Now, what this is, I don't fucking know. Looks like we got one big bright light in the sky and then one smaller light in the back. But it's hard to tell, like, you know, is it a black sky, like maybe it's smoke, and that's actually, what was that? Anyone just see that fucking loop? What was that? Alright, what's that little light on the side of the mountains? You guys see that? It looks like a little light down there on the side. What was that? Fucking lightning or something? All kinds of shit going on in this. Anyway, I don't know, maybe there's a forest fire and the sky is blacked out and that's actually the sun, or maybe that's some planes, or because I just don't see what is it, a plane just sitting up there with its orange spotlights on? You know, I have no idea, dude. Like that one in back seems to be getting bigger. And I think another one is actually about to appear. So like a third one's about to appear. It only appears for a second and then it cuts off. So let's see. What was that? Lightning. Look! What? You little motherfucker! Right fucking there, dude. Bastards. That's how they get you. I'm telling you, fucking UFO's gonna be the death of you guys. I'm gonna fucking have a fucking aneurysm one day. Alright, so this video comes from our boy Damien. He sent this to us. We watched it the other day on my live hangout, and I thought this was a really interesting video. I was like, yeah, I really wanted to share this with everyone, to give everyone a chance to see it. But after watching it, because I've you know, went over and analyzed it a couple times, as I do with all the videos, I'm having some questions about this. See, it appears that we're looking at an object that's flying around and zigzagging back and forth behind these trees, alright? This is what the videographer is like presenting to us, as this zigzagging UFO flying around. In fact, that's what Damien liked the video so much. However, after watching it and analyzing it, I noticed something, that as soon as the object moves, the camera moves with it. Every time this thing goes in some crazy direction, the camera already predicts where this thing is going to go and moves along with it. Now, how is that possible? There's something wrong here. So, I mean, I'm not sure if it's a combination of they're just filming a distant light, and with the trees like swaying in the wind, and the person themselves purposely moving the camera fast in erratic positions. It gives it the illusion that this object is moving in fast erratic motions, when in fact I don't believe it's actually moving at all. And so the original producer of this tape, of this UFO video, is in fact trying to fool us by making these erratic movements and motions and trying to make it seem as if this craft, or this point of light, is actually moving, when it is in fact not. It does seem like it's shooting all over the place, but all this stuff can be done with your camera, and with this blowing tree in front of you like that, you know, your perspective is off, because you're thinking, oh, it looks like it's moving, when it's like it's the tree that's moving, or the cameraman that's moving. You get it? So, I mean, now, I could be wrong. I don't have any direct evidence saying that that's true. However, I'm just from years of studying UFO videos, this is the impression that I'm getting. I mean, I thought it looked really cool. It did. But, you know, after studying it, I gotta say, I think the guy is purposely doing this to try to make it look like it's moving, when it is in fact not moving. So I'm just gonna have to call this one out as bullshit. Sorry, you guys. All right, well, next we're going to hear a story of our friend Burnt Fossils, his recollection of a UFO event that happened to him when he was a younger kid. So let's sit back and check out this guy's story, which is very interesting, a very fascinating sighting.
Hey, UFO proof. So I'm just going to talk about a UFO encounter I had as a kid. This was back in 1998. So keep in mind, I was 8 years old then, I'm 26 now. So keep in mind, technology-wise, drones weren't a thing. You know, smartphones, well, even colour phones weren't even out. You know, you couldn't even think of a colour phone. I think like a Nokia 3310 was the most advanced phone around, if even that. You know, I know. Anyway, it was during the summer. It was a lovely blue sky, you know. Not a cloud in sight, hardly. And me and my brother were outside. He's 4 years older than me. And he just turns around and says to me, "What's that?" And then we both just look straight up to the sky, you know. 90 degrees straight up to the sky now enough. And there it was. There was the object, the UFO. Amazing, you know. It was just this very... it was disc-shaped. Very spherical, but disc-shaped. Very dark browny bronze colour. Metallic, I think, as well, judging from the shine of the lighting. And the texture itself was actually like a brushed aluminium finished, if you know what I mean. And as we looked up, we saw the last second of it moving in a straight line, perfect motion, in a straight line, to then come to a sudden stop right above both of us. And so it's not like we saw it flying over the house towards us or in the distance. No. We looked up and we saw the last second of it moving before it came to a stop above both of us. And well, that's when we shit it and we ran inside, you know. And I remember thinking at the time, but this was about 50 to 60 foot in the air, so it's not very high. This thing was low down, very close, hence I was able to make out the detail. Oh, and around the edge of the object there were circles in a very light browny cream colour almost. Circles all around it. It was a design, it wasn't random. And anyway, when we ran inside, you know, the two thoughts going through my head was, one, holy fuck, this is a UFO and it's going to abduct me by literally sending a beam of light down to abduct both of us. And the second one was, have we angered it by looking up and becoming aware of its presence? And I don't know why, because I don't know why I thought that really, because it came to a stop as we looked at it. So I thought, oh, it's angry that we've noticed it, so it stopped. But then again, that obviously can't be the reason, because it was already moving in a straight line towards both of us to begin with. So, and I've always thought that if for whatever reason my brother didn't say that and we didn't look up and see it, we might have been abducted back then, you know. But since we got that 1 second head start of noticing it, we actually had a chance to act in time and run in the house to get away. And then as we ran in the house, I was screaming to my mother, you know, I've seen a UFO. She didn't believe me. And then my brother came out because he went into his room, but a few seconds later he came back out. And he was almost out of it, I would say. He was quite bewildered, a little bit shocked, you know. He didn't say a word, and he doesn't remember it to this day, which I find a little odd. But anyway, just me and my mother, we went back outside, and obviously it was gone. Obviously, you know. And that was that really, you know. My brother doesn't remember any of it, like I said, even to this day. But with me, the following couple of weeks or so, I randomly developed epilepsy. So that was triggered, and I decided to have epileptic fits. And over time, with medication and just my age, that was subdued, and it's virtually gone now, you know. And later on in life, I suppose you could say I developed this a bit talent, I suppose, that it's probably just normal, but I'll say it anyway, is that I can learn a new skill, any skill, mainly to do with the physical, creative, arty side rather than, say, maths or science. Anyway, and I've become extremely good in that subject within a very short amount of time. And I get to a certain peak where I'm so good that I just get bored, and then I leave it, and then I move on to the next one. And this has been going on for years, 26 now, like I said, and this happened when I was 8 years old. And I started to develop this ability, talent, I suppose, when I was 13, 14, that age. And I was top of my class in all those creative sides. Geography as well, I was good at that. English, I was quite good at English, and I've always been good at English. But yeah, that's that. And I remember at the time, it was just, there was no noise. It was absolutely silent, just pure. And I don't know what we was doing in the garden, but we was very close to the back door, so we ran inside as soon as we saw it. And like I said, it was close down. I remember all the details and what happened very clearly. It was nothing like you see in all these videos online where you see something in the distance, you can't quite make it out, the lighting's a bit off, or it's in the clouds. This was very fucking low down, very close, near my tree. In fact, it wasn't too far above and the size of the object. I'm 5'9" now. Back then I was really fucking short, really short. And anyway, thinking back on it now, trying to judge the scale and distance and everything, if I crouched down, really crouched down into a ball, I could possibly just fit inside that object. So it wasn't big. It was not big. But that's basically it. And I thought I'd just tell you guys that, whether or not you believe me or not, it's completely up to you. Most people in my life never believed me, so I stopped talking about it from essentially that day onwards. A few days later I told my friends, none of them believed me, no one believed me, my mum didn't, no one did, my brother doesn't even remember. So I've kept it quiet throughout my whole life, basically, up until now, I suppose. And well, there it is. So yeah, sorry I couldn't join the stream that day. My keyboard's fucked up, I've got no keyboard here. I use this shitty on-screen keyboard. And I tried to get my microphone set up with all this bollocks, and yeah, it was a hassle. And before I knew it, I was ending your stream, so I thought, yeah, fuck it, I'll leave it another day. And then I thought, well, I may as well record this now. But anyway, that's that, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you haven't bored you too much, because I know my voice can drag on quite a bit. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you later.